Welcome, everybody, to the program. We've got a very special guest with us today. Joanna is here with us, and she's going to tell us how in the heck she sold her first $1 million policy. All right, welcome back. And like I said, hey, Joanna, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I tell you, the pleasure is definitely all mine. Well, Joanna, before we get into the miracle breakthrough that you had, I want to kind of get into a couple of things before that. How long have you actually been in the life insurance industry? When did you get your start?
Okay, I started last October, so this February will be 6 months that I've been in the life insurance industry. Yeah.
Wow, what was the thing that kind of really, sparked you to even want to go down that path to go in the direction of life insurance?
I was looking for a career that I could make my own schedule, be my own boss, but also would be comfortable for me to do, as well as provide value for people's lives. And when I kind of stumbled across the life insurance industry and learned about how it operates, I fell in love. I started my licensing journey, and then I just got really passionate about it. I got my license, and then I just jumped in head first.
Wow, well, and that's amazing right there. I mean, what were you doing before the whole life insurance game?
I was actually working at my dad's restaurant, helping him out. And before that, I was an operations manager at a gym.
Oh wow, okay. Where's your dad's restaurant? Maybe we need to go order some food.
But if you're in New York, it's in Broadway Mall. It's the Jamaican restaurant. It's the only Jamaican restaurant in Broadway Mall.
Oh my goodness, yeah, get some of that Jamaican food, man.
Yes, exactly.
Well, look, I mean, tell me some of the things. I mean, because just getting into this, like 6 months ago, what were some of the challenges you were facing that made you even start looking at doing something with AJC? What was going on?
Okay, so I didn't don't really have a mentor. I mean, now I kind of do in the program, but I didn't have a mentor to start out with. So everything I learned was just buck ups. It was just on accident or
Mm,
me doing intense research. And it didn't take me long to realize that buying leads and calling them every day in the hopes that someone picks up was not going to work for me. So I decided to look into other means of getting leads. And then I actually saw a YouTube video and I just went down the rabbit hole from there. I started researching about Facebook ads and automatic lead generation and how to get your own leads. And I tried a bunch of different things. And then I finally decided to just go with you guys.
wow, that's amazing. So, did you ever buy leads, or you just never even did that at all?
No, I did for like the first couple of weeks.
Okay.
And the first week went really well. The first lead I ever bought was my first sale. So
Wow.
that went really well. But then the second week came. The second week came, I bought a bunch of leads. None of them picked up. And at the time, I had a really low income. So I was
Mm,
really spending all my hard earned money on these leads.
yeah.
And for no one to pick up, it kind of broke my heart. And that was like,
Mm,
okay, it's time to find something else that's going to be more efficient for me.
yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, I had gone down that road myself years ago. And did you get kind of jaded? Like you had the first week of leads, and you made some money, so you thought, oh, this is great. It's just going to continue to go like this, right?
Yeah. I after the second week, I was like, wow, okay, because uh the insurance company that I really like, American National,
Hmm.
I don't work for them, but they're my favorite at the moment.
Hmm.
They had a really strict policy, so you have to sell 5 policies before you earn advanced payments.
Uh,
So I was only earning a couple $100 really each
mm,
month for every sale I was making. So that really undercut my expectations.
yeah.
So when everyone can spend maybe $1,500 on leads in a month, I could only spend like $350. So
Mm,
I won't say I was jaded. I just felt like I had to find a smarter way to use the money.
yeah.
So after realizing that that wasn't the best way, I just decided to just stop doing that
Wow.
because, they say only about 8% of people who start life insurance succeed, right? So
Yeah.
8% of people are not doing the same thing that the other 92% are doing. So
Absolutely.
I had to get on board with what the 8% of people were doing.
So, and that's amazing there. I mean, with what it is that you were going through with the buying of the leads and then kind of getting, disappointed
Mhm.
with what was going on. How long was that going on before you decided to, like, I know you were watching the videos from AJC, but how long did it take you to say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do this?
A month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That month of not of November, I went a different route with this company who they were like, okay, we'll send 10,000 text blasts and uh 10,000 emails out for like $300 and you're going to get a ton of leads. I got no leads. I got
Wow.
zero leads. And to this day, I'm still trying to get my money back. So after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to do what's proven. I'm going to do what I have receipts for. And my
Hmm.
receipts at the time were all the video testimonials on the YouTube page and your guys'
Wow.
Facebook page as well. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. When you first started out, were you like attached to a certain type of product? Like, did you start off with like final expense? I mean, just because our conversation we had, I know you do
Yeah.
IULs, but
Yeah.
did you start there, or how did you begin?
So I kind of started out just wanting to sell anything that anyone needed who I spoke to. Because I was just buying leads. So you buy a lead, you don't know anything about the person, you don't know how that person was targeted. You only hope that they are interested in life insurance. So you
Hmm.
kind of just have to try to sell them what you think is best for them. However, because now I can target the type of person I want, I decided to specialize in IULs because
Mm.
it's just my favorite life insurance product. It was my favorite to learn about. It's the type of policy that I have,
Hmm.
and uh, it's fun to sell and it's fun to teach people that life insurance is not just for after you pass. It's for while you're living too, right? A lot of
Yeah.
people don't know that. So just even educating people on that is really fulfilling too.
Yeah. What I mean, a lot of life insurance agents, all over the country, um, they focus in on like final expense or something like that, and they don't move into the IULs until much later on, right?
Mhm.
So and some of them think it's kind of confusing. So kind of demystify this for us here, because for all intents and purposes, you're a newbie, and
Yeah.
you're out here selling a higher level type of product. So
Mhm.
kind of break down the IUL for us, and how easy it is to sell these things.
Okay, so I think what messes people up is the investment aspect of it.
Hmm.
It's kind of difficult to sell it as an investment product because that's not actually what it is. So, how I like to think of it is to think of it as if you're opening your very own bank.
Hmm.
So, instead of saving your money in a savings account at Chase or TD Bank or Bank of America, you'd be saving your money in the Bank of Earl. or the
Hmm.
Bank of Joanna. And instead of earning less than 1% interest, where your money is essentially just collecting dust
Mm.
and you're not gaining anything on it, why not put your money in a life insurance policy where you are earning interest rates that mimic a stock index, that you can never lose money, that you can use like a bank account, in the sense that you can withdraw from and you can take loans from, right? So
Yeah.
that's how I kind of simplify it for people who don't understand it or don't get the concept.
Yeah, and it's probably, I don't know, I'm just assuming it's probably easier to sell someone something that they can use while they're alive, as opposed to just purchasing something that this is only going to be in effect when you die. Um,
Yes.
from that perspective. Well, I mean, this month you did, was it this month or last month you sold $1 million policy?
Well, it would be January,
January.
so
That's right.
last
We
month.
just entered February.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So in January, $1 million policy. From that policy, you made more in a month than
Yeah.
you would have made in a couple of months,
Yeah.
with what you were doing before. What does that feel like to you as such a young person making that much money?
Well, the commissions didn't quite come in yet, but as soon as they come in, I'm definitely gonna buy a nice bottle of champagne. I'm gonna celebrate because my goal was to make $10,000 a month, to
Hmm.
start at a point where I was consistently earning $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
And I was going through January, learning the system, learning how Facebook ads work, testing stuff, trying things. And then the end of January was coming around, and I was like, man, I'm not going to meet my goal. And then all of a sudden, I get this lead, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to call this lead. And then the lead books an appointment on my schedule, on my calendar. And I was like, okay,
Automatically.
appointment.
Automatically they booked. Wow.
Yes, automatically. And then they reconfirmed the appointment. So I was like, okay, good. This is gonna happen. I'm gonna make this sale. I was hyping myself up, and then we started talking, and we just clicked and connected. And what he really liked was that I was very knowledgeable about what I was speaking about, and
Hmm.
that's something that his previous life insurance agent didn't have.
Yeah.
He has an IUL already, but he wasn't getting the most out of it for what he wanted to do, because his last life insurance agent didn't really understand to the full extent what
Hmm.
an IUL is, how it works. And so just by doing that, I was able to get him something that was more up to his speed, more up to his standard. And he filled out the application right then and there. Uh, I submitted it, and now we're just waiting for the insurance company to finish processing it and issuing it.
Underwriting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
With that, I mean, how many sales did you make in January?
in January 3.
3 sales. Wow.
Yeah,
Surpassed your goal as far as
yeah.
what you were looking to do. How are you looking towards the future now? It's like, what does the future look like now in light of what just happened last month?
Well, it definitely boosted my confidence in the way that I know that my technique works, my technique for selling works. And also, I heard once someone say you might have a bad day in insurance sales, even a bad week, but you'll never have a bad month.
Hmm.
So now, even if I fall through with a lead or a sale doesn't quite work out the way I want it to, I have in the back of my mind that it's okay. Tomorrow is a new day. To like anything can happen in a day, and I have the information. I have everything I need to fulfill my goals. So there's really no reason for it not to happen, especially now that I've done it. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's funny, and I always ask people this question. Um, you watched the videos, you said the testimonials that you saw were your receipts,
Mhm.
for saying yes, I'm gonna join this program. Which by the way, I mean, it's not cheap, but you took the
It's not.
leap. You took the
Yeah.
leap. In doing that, But now, Joanna, people are going to be watching you, right?
Yeah.
You're going to be in these videos that people are watching. So, I mean, that person that is watching you, right now,
Mhm.
what would you tell them about the program and what they should do in regards to getting involved?
Okay. So, what I will say about the program is that past the technical side and teaching you how to operate Facebook from a business point of view, you're also going to get a mindset check, right? You're going to have to also adjust your mindset. And I think that really is the key that I needed to succeed was that I'm in control of this business.
Mm.
So everything that is taught to me, it is not only for me to just copy, but for me to use forever in any business that I do. Like, I really got a mindset change from the program, right? And I will say this to anyone who joins, do not skip that first part of the course. Definitely go through the part that teaches you about your mindset and the difference between, hustling and grinding and becoming a rainmaker and someone who closes sales, someone who wakes up every day and does everything that they need to do. Before I started this program, I would sleep in until 10 a.m. If I didn't have an appointment set. I would just
Wow.
lounge about, kind of treat this like, oh, well, I don't have any appointments today, so what am I going to do? Now I wake up every day as if I have to clock into a job. I wake up every day as if, this is a real job that I have, a real career that someone is
Hmm.
watching me and saying, hey, if you don't get what you need to get done, you're going to get fired, right? I'm being my own boss. So, yes, that's definitely. And of course, I feel like the technological part of it might resonate more with older agents who aren't really familiar with technology, but I'm pretty young, so the technology part of it came pretty easy for me. So it was just really an instruction manual, like, okay, this is what you have to do. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay. But the biggest takeaway for me was definitely the mindset check, the mindset change.
I love that. I love that. Well, Joanna, once again, I want to just say thank you for coming on, for sharing your story with us, and letting us know how you've been doing as a brand new agent in the industry that is on the come up and is just going to be crushing it in 2022. So I'm excited to watch your transformation. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And I definitely appreciate you, the viewing audience. If you want to get information on how you can see what it is that we do and what we've helped Joanna do, go ahead and click the link in the description. But one of the things that I always say, whether or not you work with us or not, or whether or not we feel you're a good fit or you feel we're not a good fit for you, we want to make sure that on this channel, you're getting the vital information you need to succeed. So until next time, we'll see you.